Hello world and welcome to Passion Corners. In this tutorial, we will explore about GitHub Actions, and we're actually not going to be building anything out, but instead it's more of a DevOps tutorial, and I promise you, once you integrate GitHub Actions into your workflow, it will be a game changer. And with that, I'll see you in the next slide. Alright, the first thing is, what is GitHub Actions? So in order to understand that, we need to understand the concept of CI/CD. CI/CD is the concept of continuous integration and continuous deployment. Let's say we complete our project and build out either a website or an application. We then will deploy that to our server. Now our project is live for the whole world to see. As a developer, our job is not done because there will be either edits, added features, or bugs fixed. And this is what continuous integration is. We will need to continuously maintain our project to satisfy those things. Now, continuous deployment follows after this, because with any new edit to the project, we will also need to deploy the new version to our server, and that's CI/CD. So this is where GitHub Action comes in. GitHub Actions allow you to create workflow that can be used to compile, test, and deploy code. It will automate our CI/CD pipeline. So if any codes that are pushed to the master branch or whatever branch we set it to be, this will trigger a build and a test that we can set up if we choose to. And if it passes, GitHub Actions will now auto-deploy the codes to our server. This will save us time because we don't have to manually do all those tasks and now can focus on more important things. Alright, let's see all of this in actions. And usually there will be some tweaks depend on your tech stack and your server, but if we understand the fundamental, then we can apply this to any project. So in this example, we will be using React as our project and then deploy it to our server with a cPanel. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is navigate to your GitHub account and let's create a new repository. And I will name this repository GitHub_Actions. And then after this, let's create a folder within your desktop with the same name and drag that into your favorite text editor. So here's my folder. And the next thing we want to do is create a React app within this folder. So let's open up a terminal and let's say npx create -react-app and then period to create the React app within this folder. So let that run. Alright, look like that is done. So the next thing we want to do is push this onto GitHub. So let's navigate to GitHub. And these are the commands that we want to execute. So let's copy this back into VS Code. I will clear out my terminal and paste those commands in and press enter. Alright, that is complete. Let's check out GitHub. Give this a hard reload. And now we have created our repository. So the next thing we want to do is navigate back to VS Code and let's create another branch, because most of the time we don't directly work on the main branch and usually have a dedicated branch for development. So for the sake of simplicity, let's just create a branch called dev. And what we want to do is say git checkout -b and the name of the branch. So let's say dev, give it a clear. So now if I say git branch, and as we can see, we are now on the dev branch. Alright, now what we want to do next is push this branch onto GitHub. So let's say git push -u origin, and then the name of the branch is dev. So press enter. Alright, cool. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is navigate to our server. Now we need to decide which domain our code will be deployed to. So in this example, I will be using a subdomain. So I will call it GitHub-Actions and then create. Alright, it was successfully created. So now all of my codes will be deployed to this subdomain. And the next thing we want to do now is create a Ftp account. Alright, so let's scroll down and click on Ftp Accounts. I will fill out all the credentials. And the account has been successfully created. Alright, cool. So the next thing we want to do is navigate back to VS Code. Now we want to implement GitHub Actions inside our project. So the first thing we need to do is create a new folder, and the naming does matter. So you have to name it .github. And then inside that, we're going to create another folder called workflows. And then inside workflows, we're going to create a new file, and the name does not matter here. So I'll just call it actions.yml, and this will be a YAML file. So in this file, we can list out all the actions that we want GitHub to do for us. And the next thing, we want to navigate to this website right here. And here we can get all the actions that we're interested in. So let's scroll down. And right here, build and publish React, Angular, or Vue website. So let's copy all these actions right here. And then back into VS Code. Let's paste that in. All right, let's give that a quick save. All right, so the next thing we want to do is commit these changes and push it onto GitHub. So let's say git add and then commit. And then we will push. All right, let's check out our repository. Now let's click on actions. Let's go to the actions. And here, as you can see, it is trying to run our first actions. And it has completed our actions, and it is a fail. And that is fine because we have not provided the Ftp credential yet. But the main issue here is we don't want GitHub Actions to trigger on any branch. We only want to specify a specific branch, which is the main branch. So what we want to do is navigate back to VS Code and then configure our action YAML file. So let's say only trigger on push, and then we want to specify a branch, which is our main. Also, let's update the node version. Currently, I'm using 16. So let's put 16 here. And we can also remove the beta and also change 16 here. Next, let's scroll down. And here we will provide our FTP credential. And we're going to be using a secret because we don't want to store this publicly where everyone can see. So what we can do is actually copy this line right here and then paste it here. And just change this to whatever you want to name it. So I'll just say FTP_server. And then also here, let's say FTP_name. And right here is FTP. All right, so here, let's say FTP_password. All right, let's give this a quick save. And before we push, let's navigate to GitHub. And then we want to go to the setting tab. And then secrets. New repository secret. So the first one was FTP server. And then just provide our server right here. Next will be our username. And it was name. And then our password. All right, now let's go back to VS Code. And now let's commit the change and push. So git add, git commit, and then push. All right, now let's check out GitHub. So now if we go to actions, as you can see, this will not trigger any actions because we specifically tell GitHub only trigger the action if there's a push on the main branch. All right, so what we want to do is go to pull requests and then compare and pull requests right here. Let's click create pull requests and then merge. Let's change this to test2. Press enter. And now what we did was just merge the dev branch to the main branch. So our action will trigger. So let's go to actions. And here's our tests. Now let's click inside it. And then here, deploy. As you can see, the project is building out. Now let's give it a minute to run. All right, it looks like everything was a success. So our project should now be deployed to our server. So let's check out our server. All right, so what we want to do now is go to our file manager right here, and then go to our domain. And here it is. everything is working correctly, but there's an issue. The action we set up will push everything to cPanel, and we don't want to do that. We only want to specify a specific folder, and that is our build folder, because that contains the finished project. Alright, so what we want to do now is navigate back to VS Code. And then under password, let's first say dangerous -clean -slate and set that to true. So this will remove any files that existed on our server, then upload what we specify. And then next, let's say local -dir, and then we want to direct that to our build folder. Now give this a quick save. And how I got these options is from here. So if we scroll up, these are all the options that are available for us to use. So right here, local dir. All right, let's go back to VS Code. Let's commit our change and push. So git add, commit, and then push. All right, let's go to GitHub. Let's make another pull request. Change this to dev. Create. Merge. And let's say test3 here. Confirm merge. All right, let's check out our actions. Let's give it a few minutes. All right, looks like our action is complete. Let's check out our server. Let's give it a quick reload. And here it is. All right, this do exactly what we wanted to do, but we face our next problem. The index.html file has been removed. Because if we go back to VS Code and let's run yarn build, you can see inside our build folder, there's a index.html file. But the problem is we have inline JavaScript to run our React app, and cPanel won't accept that. So what we want to do is tell React to build, but then reference the static folder right here and not use the inline JavaScript. So in order to do that, let's navigate to our package.json. And the first thing we want to do is down here, let's say homepage, and then set a period. Make sure you have a comma here. And now navigate to our build script, which is right here. And we want to write this in all cap. So let's say inline underscore runtime underscore junk. And we want to set that to false. All right, give this a quick save. Now let's commit our change and push. So git add, git commit. Let's check out GitHub. Let's go to pull requests. Make sure dev is right here. And I'll say test4 right here. Confirm merge. Let's go back to actions. Inside test4. And once again, let's give it a few minutes. All right, look like everything is complete. Let's check out our server. Let's do a reload. And here it is, index.html. And now if we visit our domain, so mine was GitHub-Actions right here. And here it is. This is our React app. And voila, this is the flow that we want. We make changes and then GitHub Action auto deploy for us. And there's one more thing that we can do, and that is to include a test step into our workflow. So let's navigate back to VS Code and then inside actions.yaml. So once again, for the sake of simplicity, we'll just use the React available test script. But if you have a testing system like Chess or Cypress, you can still implement that with GitHub Actions. So under build, let's say npm run tests and gives a quick save. So now what we want to do is purposely break the application. I'm going to remove the import line right here. Give this a quick save. So this should break our application because we're using the logo right here and we have not imported. So let's do a commit and a push. So git add, commit, and then push. Alright, so back into GitHub. Let's do a pull request. Once again, dev right here. And then I want to say test 5 right here. Let's go to our actions. And this should fail, so let's give it a minute. And there it is. If we expand this, so GitHub action ran npm install and then build, but once it gets to our test script, it will fail right here because logo is defined, but we have not imported the actual logo. And therefore, if the test script fail, then GitHub action will not push anything to our server, because if we check our live link and reload, everything's still working fine. So let's do one last push to confirm everything is working. So in our app.js, let's undo what we did, give it a quick save. And now let's commit and push our change. So first git add, and then commit, and then push. All right, let's check out GitHub. So pull requests. Test final right here. Now into actions. So once again, let's give it a few minutes. All right, look like everything is complete and everything passed. So therefore, GitHub action deploy our project onto our server. So if we double check our live link, everything should be fine. And there it is. Everything is working like it's supposed to. All right, and this will wrap it up for our tutorial. We now have a React to cPanel workflow via GitHub Actions. And with that, I'll see you in the outro. So I hope that was helpful and gave you a glimpse of all the possibilities that you can do with GitHub Actions. And I also hope that earned your thumbs up. With that being said, I'll see you in the next tutorial.